Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our first session. Of course, for some of you, it's not the first session because you're continuing, but with me, it's the first session for sure. I'm very happy to be here with you. I hope you can see my screen. Is it possible to see the screen?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
I can
perfect.
see.
Perfect. Before starting, I want to start with introducing myself, some of the class rules, get to know you better, and then we can continue. As you know, we're gonna have our officially first session of class for food and beverage, both for waiters and those who want to work in a bar. However, there are some points that are completely common between these two both. So, because sometimes interchangeably they work, for example, the baristas works as waiter, the waiters work as baristas. So we need to be aware of all the rules for both parts. It's not a difficult or complicated issue, but we can do it together. However, before starting, I want to mention a very important point. Everyone must join our courses with their own full name. I mean, the first name and the last name. So while joining Zoom, be careful about this point. Otherwise, edit it here because it's very important. Your presence is being recorded automatically by Zoom. Not only your presence, but also your participations, your duration of being inside the meeting, your duration of participation, everything is being recorded. So there will be no problem. For example, I ask a question, then one person with the name of, I don't know, Ali takes parts in the discussion. But we have a lot of allies in our class because we are 300, as you can see. Then there will be no mistakes for sure, because the Zoom is recording your participation. It's not the fact that, okay, oh, teacher, I take part in the discussion, but you didn't mention it, etc. There is not such a thing. We will not have any kind of homeworks this semester. It's kind of webinar, so I need all your participations. When we are talking about, let's say, taking part in class, presence, and etc., we doesn't merely mean the presence. The presence means active presence. So you need to talk about the discussions and take part in them. It's very important for us. So, and I don't want to be the mere speaker. In that case, it will be very boring. The class will be very boring for you. So, we will have jokes, we will have discussions, we will have fights, everything. It's a normal class. So, it's very important to be on time. Very important, as your presence is being recorded by Zoom, then we will be aware that who has taken part from the beginning of the class, who has taken part from mid of the class, and etc. It's very important for us. So try to follow the rules so that we can just continue the class friendly, because I'm learning also near you. I'm a professional teacher, but I'm not a professional waiter. For sure, we will learn from each other. And also, I'm open to all kind of comments. If you have any kind of comments, I will put my email address. You can ask me whatever you like. After each session, I'm gonna share the PowerPoint of that session with you so that you can have access to them. However, I think if you learn everything inside the class, there will be no need to review them again and again. It's really easy and we're practically going to use them in the workplace, and you will learn it by heart, not only from the written things. Another important thing is that this session is a special session. Why? Because not all the students have been interviewed. As a result, we have sorted you according to your initial forms. So, from the next session, it will happen for sure. Some of you will move to another course, and some other people from another courses will move to our course. So don't worry. I know that some of you want another course, but don't worry. Take a deep breath, keep calm. We can continue today, and then from next week, we can solve this problem. The second important point is that some of you have not been interviewed and are waiting to be interviewed. So, especially those who must work from 1st June, are available from 1st June till end of September at least. Only those who are able to work from 1st June till end of September without having any pause, without having any exams, any personal problems, and etc. Only those who are available to work in this time period and have not been interviewed can message admission, our admission email, can message admission email and ask for the early, let's say, interview. It's very important. Then about Agorà, all of you know the rules of Agorà, know the philosophy of Agorà, our circular hospitality model. I just ask you kindly to start having a look at our website and our official YouTube channel and LinkedIn. On the YouTube channel, you will have the access to our online lessons, and on our LinkedIn, you will be informed about all the new news. Okay, if you're ready, I think we can start. We can start from introducing myself. My name is Neda. I'm 34, and at the same time, I was a student in Agorà previous semester. Due to that circular model, now I'm working in Agorà both as the assistant HR manager and the trainer for this course. I'm very happy to be with you. You can contact me both via email, this is my email, on LinkedIn as well as WhatsApp. It's open for you. At the end of my slides, I have put another email address on which you can share your questions, any kind of questions. Imagine we don't have time during the class. Some questions have been raised and you want to know the answer, or something comes to your mind, you can then immediately email me. Then we will have our course divided into 5 different chapters. It's not difficult at all. Don't look at the volume. Don't be afraid. We will learn it together here in the class. I think if I put it in slideshow, it will be better. Yes, can you see it fully?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
In the first chapter, we're gonna have a short, let's say, it's not that short, of course, introduction to the restaurant area. Then we will talk about the safety, hygiene, and etc. Then we're gonna deep into operations. Then, as you know, the 3 meal times, the breakfast, lunch, and dinner. these three special times must be studied deeply, detailed, because each of them has its own specific, let's say, issues, things that you must know. In the fifth chapter, we will talk about the communications. In my point of view, it's one of the most important chapters that you need. Also, let's say, most important from among all of them. It's very important. So, let's deep into our first lesson. I have put here a picture. And I want to hear from you about your ideas. What do you think about this picture? Let's start. You can unmute your microphone and start talking about it. Be careful, your participation is important, not only for me, not only for you, but also for your future job opportunities. Okay, let's start. Who wants to be the first? Okay, Ansumana, you can start.
Yeah, the picture is just like a human form. It's just like a human body. Then you have the heart. So basically, the heart is just like in a restaurant form. The heart is just like the dining place where the customers sit and have their meals.
Okay, perfect idea. The other one, Ebuka.
Hi, the picture there just show an anatomy of human being with shall I say, the resort and the lounge too. We can see the lounge which is being the center with light on. So I feel
Okay.
like the lounge is the center of the, shall I say, the attraction of the resort.
Okay, good idea. But when talking about kitchen, I don't know, these, let's say, words, let's be more careful about it. Not using kitchen, it would be better to use restaurant or area. It would be better, I think, at this moment at least. Okay,
All
thank
right.
you very much, Ebuka. I don't know, OM.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Om. So
Okay.
basically, what I think, according to this picture, is like restaurant. It's a place for recreation where people are coming. They are getting stressed out of their life, and they are getting like spiritually, mentally. They are their heart is getting refreshed, and they are getting a new perspective to see the life after
Good
like the
idea.
whole experience.
Good idea. Karina?
Yeah, so firstly, I'm a medical student, and that's why the first scene I saw this photo was the heart, so like the main organ in our body. And also, when we speak about the restaurant area, I think the restaurant location is one of the most important factors for success for the hotel, for the restaurant, and like everything with it.
Exactly, exactly. And what about, thank you very much. What about Mayeza? Mayeza Nancy, Nafisa.
I can see the heart like everyone, and I'm seeing the arteries and veins, and this place looks like it's an island.
Okay, perfect. You mentioned a very good point. However, we will talk about it more. And other people, do you want also to talk about this, let's say, picture?
Okay,
Is
for
that?
me,
Yes, yes, yes. It's Kerstina or Kerstina.
13.
Okay, perfect. You can
Yes, for
talk
me,
about it. Yes,
for me-
you can share it.
okay, for me, I see the restaurant area as a whole human anatomy, and from the look of things, the functioning of one part of the restaurant area has to make affect the functioning of the other part of the area. So it has to all work in like as one unit.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me start it, and then we can have the other persons participating in other parts as well. It was a good point, but Christina, there was a wrong point in what you mentioned because the anatomy, the whole anatomy talks about the whole anatomy of the hotel. As you can see, for example, one of your friends told that I can see an island, for example, okay? And as you can see, the anatomy is placed on the whole thing, okay? Now, according to what one of your friends said, it seems to be an island, okay? Not necessarily an island. Here, yes, it is an island, but not necessarily an island. When a hotel is a bit away from a city center, from let's say the facilities and etc. What kind of hotel do we call it? Can anyone talk about it? Because we have different kinds of hotels, as you know. We have city hotels, we have let's say resorts, villages, and etc. We have a lot of different kind of hotels. What kind of hotel do you think it is? Chakib?
A resort.
Bihan, resort. Perfect, perfect. Guys, it's a resort. So the whole resort is a person. Okay. The heart of this person, according to this picture, is the buffet hall. What is the buffet hall? It's exactly the part you guys are going to work there. And you are working in the most important part of the hotel. So your role is very, very important. Imagine yourself as the vessels inside let's say, inside that heart. Imagine it. You are the vessels inside that heart. How important your role is. It's very important. You cannot even imagine how important it is. Okay, now I want some of you to talk about the differences between the city hotel as well as the resort. Who wants to start first? I want hands. Okay, you can start.
So basically, ma'am, in city hotels, like it is a recreation. It is for recreation for the weekend, and like for some exposure, like for good food and good recreational activity for weekend. But in terms of resort, it basically works like during the vacation months, vacation
Okay,
period. And in the
okay,
resort, people like stay for a longer duration, and they are
okay.
there for they spend like some extra money, and they are there for some. They want some different perspective, a different dimension to see the life after the
Mm-hmm,
resort experience. But in terms of city hotel, people can come there for date, for birthday parties, for normal recreation. So it's just
uh-huh.
a normal relaxing activity in their weekend schedule. So that is a major difference.
Okay, there were some good points, and some points need to be a bit edited. Thank you very much for your participation. And I think you have a problem with I don't know, maybe your headphones or something, because we cannot hear you very well, very clear. That's why.
Okay, sorry, ma'am. I will change it.
Okay, thank you very much. And the next one is Saadur Rahman.
Okay, I would like to add a little things more. And I can say the city hotel is basically focused on the convenience, accessibility, and basic services like accommodation,
Uh-huh.
dining, and some business facilities like conference rooms and something like that. And the resort is basically they not only provide accommodation but also facilities like swimming pools, sports,
Perfect
places
idea.
to go. Yes,
Perfect.
and wellness service as well.
Okay, I also can see Karina. Yes, Karina.
Yeah, I think the main difference will be in the various reasons people come for a city hotel and resort. For example, for city hotel, people come for business trips, maybe studies or meetings, so they don't stay for a long time in city hotels, but a resort will be like the best for life and pleasure, and so people.
Exactly. Perfect, Karina. Perfect. Okay, guys, let's go deep into it to see. Oh, I cannot change it. Why? Okay. Here you can see the exact differences according to the features. Okay. As you can see, as it is visible, in the left side, we have the city hotel, and in the right side, we have the tourist resorts. I have compared them according to their features. As you can see, most of you just talk about the same things because the guest profiles are different, as Karina talked about, because people who are going to city hotels are professionals most of the times and are going there for business travels. Look, guys, when we talk about it, we don't mean that only those who are professionals and are going for a business travel can leave, can stay there. No, it's not so. But mostly it is so. But in tourism, in tourist resorts, it's not so. Most of the times, the families, the couples are going there for the vacations, as you know. They're going to have a good time. They're going to have a good experience. This word will be very vital for us till the end of semester, experience, because we are not selling services, we are selling experiences. It's very important. Then the second feature is the main purpose, in which, as you can see, in city hotel, they just go there to sleep, to be somewhere, to stay somewhere for a night or some. And in resorts, they are there for the relaxation, for dining, for fun, and etc. About the length of their stay, for sure, when someone has something to do somewhere, so the length of the time that he or she is going to be there to stay there will be shorter. It means they will stay there between 1 to 3 nights. However, when someone goes to a resort, they prefer to stay more, at least 1 week, 2 weeks, and etc. About the dining vibe, in city hotels, most of the times it's formal, quiet, private. What do we mean by private? They order, and someone as the waiter brings their orders. But in resorts, it's dynamic, energetic, and social. Can anyone talk about this word dynamic? I also helped you. I talked about it. It's a difference between private here. I talked about private. I want to hear from some of you about dynamic. For example, Sadur Rahman has written that it means something that is constantly changing or active. Yes. Rating guest mood to match his vibe. Not really. Okay. Let me explain it myself. Guys, by dynamic, we mean that, as Sadur Rahman mentioned, it is active and changing. What does it mean? It means that the guests do not sit, get the menu, read it. Okay, waiter, I want this. It's not so. They are moving. They are active themselves. They move and they choose what they want and they get it. Got it? So it means that they are active themselves. It's not the case that they sit and they order. About the service piece in city hotel, it is calm and scheduled. But in resort, for sure, it's not calm at all, and it's not scheduled at all because there is a high speed, constant movement of a lot of people, not just a number of them, a lot at the same time. So the guest interaction in city hotel is low, but in resort is high. It's again talking about that being dynamic or static. When it is dynamic, as in resorts, they are moving, they are choosing the food themselves, they're asking for something. But in city hotels, they sit. They sit. It's static, private. They sit and they ask, could you please bring me a water, a bottle of water, I don't know, a steak, and etc. Then the goal in the city hotel is providing the service. However, in tourist resort, as I told you before, creating an experience is very important. What do we mean by providing the service? Look, guys, when I'm staying somewhere, just for example, because I have something to do. For example, I go to Milan. I have something to do in Milan, so I must be there. So I must stay in somewhere. Then I choose a hotel. Then I just want to eat something, to have a meal. I just want to stay that night somewhere and have my meal somewhere. It's this much. But when talking about resort, it's not so. We like to enjoy to the highest level of it. Okay. So, guys, as there is the big differences between city hotels and resorts, there is big differences between their restaurants as well. We talked about in the previous slide. We talked about different dimensions of the hotels themselves, but here we are talking about different dimensions of the restaurants. The restaurants in traditional city hotels and the restaurants in tourist resorts. I have compared them in two ways. First of all, operational reality and atmosphere, and second of all, the structure. So in this slide, we're going to talk about their differences in operational dimensions. Again, as you can see here, we have 4 different features: the operational pace, the guest volume, the environment, and the quality perception. There is no problem. You can have a look at it, but I want your participation. So I want you to raise your hand to talk about it. The first person is going to talk about the operational pace. Who's the first person? Who wants to talk about it? No one? Okay, let me talk about it I myself, then you can continue. Okay, as I told you before in the previous slide, in city hotel, it's like this. I'm the guest. I enter the restaurant. I sit somewhere. It's so quiet. Not all the tables are full. I'm there. I ask for the menu, or sometimes the menu is there. Then I take a look at it. Then someone as the waiter or waitress comes, takes my order, and then I wait for it. They bring my order, and that's it. Everything finishes there. Now, what about resort? It's a high-speed operational machine. Again, as we talked about it before, all the people are moving themselves. They are not on their table. They are choosing from among a lot of different foods, a lot of different plates and etc. And they come, sit on a table, and start eating. But be careful. Not all the tables are empty now. In the other one, all the other seats were empty. Not all, most of them. He or she was the only one there. So calm, so relaxed, just ordering. But here, they are moving themselves. It's full. After getting their dish, they come and they sit and start eating. Okay, did you understand it completely? Now, let's move to the second one. What about the guest volume? I almost talk about it. Okay, Sadur Rahman, you can talk about it.
Okay, for the guest volume in the city hotels, there are predictable number of guests that we can share volume, while in tourist resort experience irregular and seasonal guests. So in the off season, in the tourist resorts, there is a low volume of the people there, and there is no in the city hotels there is not any fluctuation in the volume of the guests.
Okay, but a bit deeper because we're talking about the restaurant, just the restaurants. If we go a bit deeper in the restaurant, just think about the restaurant of a city hotel. People come gradually, and as I told you, we have the limited seatings. Most of the tables are empty. They come, they see. Okay. But in a resort, they come simultaneously, so it's really crowded everywhere. Okay? As I told, it's exactly the result that we cannot find empty place. Okay, the next one, environment. Who want to talk about it? Nafai Haidar. Yes?
Okay, so in the guest in the way of environment, whereas we have traditional one. In the traditional one, we have an environment like they want privacy and focus because it is a professional. There are too much sophisticated and predictable environment they want, while on the other hand they want environment that is too much dynamic, like from starting a breakfast that is very energetic to a lively themed dinner like couples dinner and etc. So they are too dynamic.
And it is because of its dynamic nature. The resort has the dynamic nature, but the city hotel has a static nature. Okay, so in the city hotel, which has a static, let's say, nature, everything is quiet, gradual, and etc. But in tourist, no, in tourist resorts, it's so, let's say, crowded, everyone are moving, active, and etc. So the last one, quality perception. Who wants to talk about the last one? Again, Sadur Rahman. Okay, perfect.
Okay, for the quality perception in the city hotels, they are judged by speed and consistency, like how they present. And while in resorts, they are judged by experience, how they feel, the atmosphere, overall enjoyment of the resort.
Exactly. Thank you very much. In the resort, as I told you before, the experience is very important. The guest experience quality is very important. But in the city hotel, for sure, they're looking for a good quality, but they're not looking for a new experience. Their experience is their own goal, for example, to have a conference, a business, and etc. Okay, let's move on to the other dimension, which is structural. Here, as you can see, I have also changed the name of the titles. Instead of city hotel restaurant, I have written classic a la carte. And instead of the resort, I have written organized resort system. It's very important. According to their food service, the classic a la carte, which is the city hotels, the normal hotels, are ordered from a printed menu. It means that the guest gets the menu, reads the menu, and orders from the menu. I want this steak, for example. But in organized resort systems, we do not have such thing. Instead, we have hot and cold buffets. Okay, guys, it's not buffets, it's buffets. Okay, it's French word. We should not pronounce the last T. We have hot and cold buffets, so people are moving and getting their foods they themselves. About drinks, in city hotels or a la carte, we have the table service by a single waiter. A waiter goes to a table and asks for their orders, takes the order, and brings it. But in the other one, we have the beverage points. We have the beverage points. There are a lot of drinks, and they themselves choose from among the drinks, get it, and took it to their table. About cooking, again, in classic a la carte, we have the hidden kitchen behind doors. No, the guest cannot see the kitchen, the inside part. But in the other one, together with the hidden kitchen, we have the show cooking stations. What does it mean? It means that there are some parts as kitchen. You go and you ask for something, and the chef is cooking exactly in front of you, and you can see what they are doing, okay? And it's kind of experience. And according to their layout, in classic a la carte, we have a single main dining room. Then there is it's like a hall. Then everyone can go and sit on a table. Okay, we have a lot of tables and etc. But in the other one, we have indoor and outdoor sections. As well, we have kids area. So imagine somewhere we have different sections, indoor, outdoor, kids area, and I am a waiter there. Imagine yourself there, working there. Just imagine it. So you are the person who is going to manage all these things. Just try to imagine what we are talking about. And the last one is about the logistics. In classic a la carte, it is so slow, artistic preparation, and etc. But in organized resort system, it cannot be so. You know why? Because we have a lot of simultaneous arrivals. It is too active. It is too crowded. We cannot be that slow. If we think about that slow activity, that we will lose everything. We cannot help anyone, okay? Okay, guys. Again, it's a nice brainstorming. We talked about the differences. Overall, we can see the differences here, and after it, I'm going to just show you the differences in some slides. But from this slide, who wants to talk about the differences? The overall differences between the city restaurant or a la carte, classic a la carte, and also the resort restaurants. The first one is Nancy. Mayeza Nancy. Yes.
Yes, I can see the difference. Like in the city hotel, people are seated and it's like they are waiting to be served. But in
Okay.
the resort dining, there is a buffet and people are going to serve themselves.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Guys, be honest. How do you feel when you look at the picture which is on the right side?
It's quite overwhelming and crowded.
Okay, perfect, Francis. And Karina, how do you feel?
Yeah, also I feel like really lively. I see a dynamic atmosphere. It's more about pleasure, about resting, a lot of families, kids, not that quiet atmosphere, and like everything is really dynamic, food prepared, also not slowly, but
Exactly.
really a lot of things happen at the same time.
Okay, now I want you to imagine yourself as a waiter in the right picture. How do you feel now? A bit stressed? Yes? Okay, don't worry, because we will help you. Let's review the differences we had between the city restaurant and the tourist resort. Guys, I'm a very detailed-oriented person, so when I ask you about talking about the differences, it's really talking about the differences because it's really important for me. For here, for example, I can see a quiet place here. I can see the clocks. Okay, what are they talking about? Could you see? It's very important, so be careful. Um, it's not there because of nothing. It has really meaning. If I have put some clocks there, it's important. If there are a lot of people, it's important. Everything is important. If you have any question regarding any of them, you can ask. Okay, in traditional restaurants, we are talking about one specific time. The guest volume will be between 50 to 120. But in resorts, it's between 400 and 1,000 guests per meal. Per meal means for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner. Okay? Then, about their arrival logic. As I told you before, in city restaurant, they come gradually. So we have the sprawl throughout a service, but in resort, they arrive simultaneously. It means all of them at the same time. So we have some mass picks. Our mass picks as waiters are lunchtime, breakfast time, and dinner time, as you know. Then we have the peak times. As I told you before, we have the gradual flow in city restaurants, but during some times, like 1 p.m., which people want to have lunch, and around 8 p.m., which people want to have dinner, it's extremely crowded. I cannot even talk about it in resorts, okay? Then I want to talk about a very important point here because in traditional table service and in buffet system, resort buffet system, some points are completely different from one each other. It's very important for you to know them because you are going to work in a resort, which is very crowded. So there are a lot of people. You must know the behavior, the conditions, the needs, and everything. Okay? This slide is a very, very important slide for us. So, while comparing these two different kind of traditional table service, why do I call it a table service? Who can tell it? Table service. Why do I write traditional? Yes, Ansuman.
Because mostly the clients are served by the tellers, the tellers. Actually, the waiters or the waitress.
Yes, exactly. Because we call it table service because we sit and it's the waiter who brings the service to our table. Okay? That's why I call it table service. Okay. What's the difference between them? The guest behavior. In the traditional one, we have seated, waiting for service, so quiet, okay? But in the other one, as I told you, they are moving, serving themselves, they are doing whatever they like. According to room condition, by room we mean the area which we call a restaurant, okay? So don't think about the room which is the hotel. And the first one, it is orderly and static. We talked about static and dynamic, but guys, it is the most important thing you must know. In resort buffet system, we have the natural visual disorder. Imagine a plate in which you as the waiter has put a lot of, I don't know, different kind of cheeses, okay? In less than 10 seconds, you come and face a big mess because 400 people at the same time are using that plate of cheese in order to choose their favorite cheese, and they just mess it up, mix everything, mess it up, and we cannot say, don't do that. Be careful. Even you cannot ask for it respectfully because it's the nature of resort restaurant. Okay, so we have constant movement. What else should we do? We should change it. We should change it ourselves, but with a high speed. Then about the supply needs. In the traditional one, we have the specific dish per order. We prepare the dish and put it in front of the guest. But in the other one, we have continuous food and beverage replenishment. What does it mean? It means that we need to change it. We need to change it continuously. As I told you, it becomes a mess. You need to change it. It's the nature. And about your role, it is very important. In traditional table service, only one waiter serves a specific table, that's it. But in the other one, we are managing the entire environment and experience. I told you we have indoor, outdoor, kids area. We have a lot of people who are looking for a perfect experience. We must manage them. Be careful. In a resort, you are a manager of a space, not just a plate carrier. In the other ones, you are carrying plates, I don't know, glasses of drinks and etc. But here, no. And also, again, in the traditional one, it's mostly local or business guests. The guests are so, but in tourist one, we have international hubs. What does it mean? It means we have different people from different nationalities who are taking part there for having a meal, for etc. Okay, so let's say the least thing you must be able to is to be able to communicate well with them. How is it possible to communicate with different nationalities? Everyone at least has a basic, let's say, English, okay? As we have different nationalities there, we can use a basic English so that everyone in every generation can understand us and have a short conversation with them, have a short communication with them in order to make them feel better, in order to register that special moment in their mind, okay? And also, about our communication, be careful. A normal short smile, a clear gesture, and a short nice sentence, okay, from our side can affect a lot, can affect the whole experience of a guest. Imagine yourself instead of that guest. Imagine you are the guest and he or she is the waiter. How do you want them to behave with you? At least smile. At least use one short, nice sentence. Okay? So be careful about it. Guys, in city hotels and in kitchens, what is very important is the operations, is the techniques. You must know the techniques, how to use these, how to do this, how to do that. But in a restaurant area, in resorts, it's not so. It's not so. What is important for you? You are the manager of the area. What is important for you is the relationship, is the communication, is the image, is the hospitality, is your nice smile. It's very important. Don't forget this golden rule. Okay. We are reaching end of our session, so we have only 2 minutes. You can think about this, let's say, picture and share your ideas about it with me? Okay, I will do it myself. Look, it's you, this guy who is running. Why is he running? He has a lot to do. Why? Look at those 3 pictures above the picture. The first one shows the time. You need to be speedy. You need to save your time. What is the hand? You have a lot of things to do. This one says this. Everyone wants something different, okay? You need to handle a lot of things at the same time. And the last thing is talking about a balance between the quality of the thing that you are carrying and the speed. If I'm running, if I'm doing something with a high speed, am I sure about the hygiene? Am I sure about the quality of the food that I'm going to put on the table? It's very important. So, there are some do's and don'ts. As a waiter from now on, imagine yourself in that situation, in that position. As a waiter, you will not, in a resort, because you're going to work in a resort, you will not do the things that I have put on the upper picture. No French services, no taking orders. Look, I have put 2 times taking, no taking orders. You will not go to the table and ask, okay, ma'am, what do you want? Can I have your order? No, it's not so. They are moving themselves. They are choosing themselves. Okay? No sommelier duties. I mean, you don't need to serve different drinks. They serve themselves. Okay? You are not the person who's responsible for it. And no Guridan services. What's Guridan? It's exactly the table that has some 4 wheels under it and we can move it. You don't use it. Why? Because you don't need it. Okay? However, we have some other do's, but in this session, we don't have enough time for it. Next session, I'll review it. Have a nice time. See you later. Don't forget to ask your question if you want. See you. Bye.